Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm on my way this morning to do something that a lot of people probably never even thought about. I'm on my way out to the farm of Neil Craven, and I've been out here a couple of times. If you follow my channel, this would probably be about my third visit. And if you don't know Neil, if you watched about the last video or one before, he was that good-looking fireman, and of course sporting his Soybean Man t-shirt that was on the end of that video. You'll probably recognize him when we see him. Anyway, I love this entrance to his farm. I just have to get this shot every time I come in here. I'm sure when they planted these trees they were 3 feet high. Now they're like 30 feet high, and it just seems like you break out into the clearing up here and you're at the Craven farm. Really picturesque. Anyway, we'll see what's going on. I'm here with Neil. How are you, Neil?
I'm great, Dennis.
Everybody will recognize Neil Craven from the last video with his Soybean Man t-shirt on by the fire truck. If you watch the channel. Well, tell us what you got going on this morning, Neil.
So we got a young lad coming down, Tyler Foster. He's going to trim some cattle's feet for us. It's kind of an operation a lot of people don't realize. We have to maintain these cattle's feet. So we've got 12 head picked out here, 11 cows and 1 bull. And Tyler's going to put them in his clip and chute and do some hoof trimming for us. Then they'll spend like a day or two at home here, and then we'll take them up to the pasture north of the river.
So you keep them at home to make sure that...
Well, some of them might be a little tender. So
it's better to look at them here than on the pasture.
Yeah, yeah. There's 2 that really need some foot attention. Like they're a little tender walking right today. So there's one right there. His toes curved out a little bit. Tyler was here 2 years ago trimming, and we missed a couple. So they should have been trimmed 2 years ago when he was here. So about every other year, Tyler will come down and we'll sort out some for him to do. Tyler's a pretty busy young lad. You're going to meet him shortly. He does a lot of the large dairy herds. That's where his main bread and butter is, trimming dairy cattle.
Yeah, they would stay in the herd a little.
Yeah.
Well, and maybe not walk
really
as much either.
They wouldn't walk as much, but they push some dairy cattle pretty hard. So I think the life expectancy of some of these modern dairies is only 6-7 years maybe. And we'll get 10, 15 years out of some of these cows here. The cow herd in Ontario will last a little longer than the ones in Western Canada, because the ones in Western Canada do a lot of walking.
Yeah.
To either go for water or just do a lot of walking.
Or find something to eat.
Find something to eat, that's correct.
And these girls are a little upset because the calves are on the other side of the fence.
Yep, yep. But shortly we get done, they'll be all quiet. And
actually, they're listening to you now, Neil. So what we have here is Tyler Foster from Watford, right?
Appleton, yep.
Appleton. And Tyler's going to tell us about the hoof trimming machine he's got here. Tell us about it.
This machine comes out of Appleton, Wisconsin. It's an Appleton stand-up hoof trim and chute. It's one that doesn't tip them on their side, so it seems a little more comfortable for cows and whatnot, I feel. Easier on the trimmer. These are hydraulic leg clamps. These ones will go on the front feet, and what we'll do is we'll just drop them down. We slide them in, and that hooks under the dew claw in here, and it just picks it up nice and gentle for us to work on. It really holds them secure, so once they're in, they can't really thrash around and hurt themselves, and helps them get a good foot under them. So good for pasture, or in many cases dairy cows, good for to go back onto the cement and get milk.
And you do a lot of dairy cows?
Mostly dairy cows, yep.
All right, well, we'll get a cow in and
get started.
Show them how it's done.
Sure.
Neil talked about how important it is to have good feet on the bull.
Yeah, well, if they got a sore foot, then they don't really want to breed. So It's
then
just like,
they're kind of useless.
if you walk around with a stone in your boot all day, your foot gets pretty sore.
Yeah.
So if they got a sore foot, it don't take long before they don't want to do anything.
They'll find a tree.
Yeah.
This is slick.
Look at that, brings that foot right out for him to work on. Look at that.
Yeah, you said this is really handy for the trimmer.
Yeah, it's a lot easier on your back than the old ones. So these are all carbide tip blades for cutting. Them hooves are pretty hard.
Look at the cow. She's just standing there.
So they basically want to level their hooves out so they got a nice level place to walk, and check for any bruises or abscesses or ulcers. Foot rot, just go over the whole foot and make sure they're okay for travel.
Is this like a...
That's unbelievable how much you have to take off.
Yeah, and we're still leaving enough. Like, we can push on this, and there's still lots of sole there, so she's got lots of pads still to walk on. And that's also how you'll check. You'll get down to, if they find a soft spot, that's where you could have a problem with the foot. Just maintenance on a lot of these cows now, because they get good feed, and that's generally why they grow up quick.
Well, this type of maintenance helps keep them in the herd longer, won't it?
Yep, yep. Especially, and Tyler will tell that too, we got a bit of a Charolais cross in our herd. If we're Black Angus, black hooves are harder, and they don't have these problems as much.
Oh, okay.
Whereas our blonde cows, white cows, I think they're more prone to some foot issues. Look at that other foot. It's the worst one. It's get a before and after.
Is
shot
this
of
the
that.
one that was missed last year?
This one was one more than the worst year.
Yeah, you can see how long that toe is.
Like you say, yeah, it's the comfort. This cow's just standing.
Yeah, she was standing there chewing her cud when he was doing the first one.
Yeah, like, just a great experience.
That cow's more interested in the dog than the foot.
Yeah, he's looking at that dog.
off her. And when they get long, it stresses a lot of their tendons. So like if they get long in the toe, it takes longer for that foot to break over, and it's more stress on everything else. So good to clean them up and shorten them up. So like this line here, everything past that is their, so that's the shell of the foot. So like everything past that line on the inside is like growing. That's their sole. So you can take this down. We usually leave like 1 to 2 mils, and that's enough. That's enough to keep them from getting sore or anything. Can't feel none of that. Like,
yeah, that's like
basically
toenail.
your toenails. Yep, clipping your toenails back. And the shorter you keep their toes, the easier it is for them to break over. So if those toes are long, you know, and they get on hard ground, what will happen is they'll crack them toes off back where it's like clipping your toenails back too far.
Yep.
And then they'll get sore in them toes.
And they get crippled.
And then they get abscesses and whatnot, infection.
Well, Tyler, I'm going to shove off. I want to thank you for taking the time to show us how this thing works and how humane it is.
Yep.
And if
very safe.
anybody's interested in getting some hoofs trimmed, they can just get a hold of you up at Elvingston. And
Yep.
perfect.
That's where I'm at.
Thanks a lot. And Neil, thanks for thinking about us.
Yeah, no, it's great to have you back again.
And I'll maybe try to get out again at another topic.
We'll try to dig one up.
Yep. Thanks a lot.
All right, great seeing you, Dennis.
And thanks for watching this video. Give us a like, and if you haven't subscribed, now would be a good time. We can always use subscribers. It helps with how often we come up on YouTube. And I'll catch you on the next one.